They ask us, well, how do you keep your engineers? Well, I said, personal charm, I don't know. It takes the right person to also apply for this job. It's like, if you are not interested in working for a startup, you'll go work for some big company. If you like proving everybody wrong, then you probably shouldn't be doing it in a big company.
Welcome to Mark Cuban's Founder Focus, a show about the ins and outs of entrepreneurship, led by some of the successful founders Mark Cuban has invested in. Today, we're looking at something a little different. We've talked a lot about how and why you may want to start your own company, but now we're talking with some of the people over at Motionloft about what it's like to work at a startup. At Motionloft, they create real-time crowd analytics with computer vision, and we'll be talking to some of the people there about what it's like.
I've done this several times and really grown companies from basically nothing.
I think the largest company I worked for was like 117,000 people. You don't even know who to talk to.
I have spent quite a bit of time in larger companies, tier one manufacturers.
Everything is different in a startup compared to a big company, at least in my perception.
If you ask people who have worked for both big and small companies to describe some of the differences, you'll get a lot of answers. But running through them all is the idea of being nimble.
They move 10 times faster than the speed of larger companies from a product development and implementation standpoint.
Large organizations did a lot of red tape, a lot of processes put in place.
Smaller companies tend to be so much more agile. And it's a lot more fun too.
You get to be more collaborative, nimble, quick, and that's fun. And you get to impact change, and you get to influence change.
Work hard, play hard, and I know it's kind of a cheesy acronym, but I've done several different startups, and they're a lot of fun. You just have to move quickly, and again, it comes down to being nimble and being able to think outside that box. They don't always pan out, but the benefits outweigh the risks, in my opinion.
So they're fast and they're fun, and just the act of moving fast can feel fun if you're coming from an environment where it seems like every decision has to trudge through quicksand just before it can be implemented. In particular, because not only are things happening, but you get to be an active part of those things.
You're part of the crux of the business. You're part of the success and the journey. And who doesn't want to be a part of that? We're all part of the success. And so there's not one person that's not part of the journey of success.
You do have the ability to try more ideas, create some idea generation amongst a smaller team.
I mean, it's a team approach.
I like to empower my employees and letting them go out there, try their ideas. They make mistakes. That's part of the learning process, part of the growth process.
At the end of the day, you write your own ticket. In a startup company,
You make decisions, you live with your bad decisions, you live with your good decisions, there's no hiding from it. As long as you're prepared to live with the possibility of failure and risking it, then you're fine.
We've heard founders talk a lot about how important passion is when it comes to starting a company. And similarly, joining a startup can be a great way to work on the kinds of things you're passionate about.
I think that's the best thing that you can get out of a small environment is that ability to respond to the market, respond to competition, respond to your own product needs, and you have fun while you're doing it.
If you're happy doing what you're doing, there's no way to fail. I mean, if you fail, you still had a good time failing it. So you can't lose. That's it.
There's a lot to like about working at a startup. If being able to be nimble and close to the decision-making process interests you, then maybe a job at a startup is for you. Not only is there a chance to work on something that you care about, but if you do ever want to start your own company one day, the first-hand experience of seeing how a startup operates can be invaluable.